Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a paracord bracelet. The first thing you're going to need is a paracord jig. This one right here was made by Mr. Coop. He has a channel and he also sells them. But if you don't have one of these, you can make one. You can use some 2x4 and just make something similar, just like this. This is just to hold the paracord bracelet together while you're still making it. Plus, this also allows for sizing. But if you're making paracord for yourself, you could just make one that is stable. You don't have to move this around. This really helps to make different paracords of different size. For me, I like mine about 9 and maybe 3/4. So right about there, that is the perfect size for me. But different people have different sizes, and this really helps to make it the right size. But like I said, you can make this out of a 2x4. Just simply use some wood screws and put a buckle right here, plus the other side over here, and it will help it keep it in place. The second thing you're going to need is buckles. There are different sizes, as you can see. This one is the bigger one. I believe this one is 5/8, I think. Plus there are smaller ones. Do not get the small ones. The small ones tend to break. Plus they don't look as good as these bigger ones. And as you can see, here are the difference between both of them. This one's the larger one, this one's the small one. These small ones, if you pull on it too hard, it will break because the plastic is very slim and it isn't as strong as the larger one. Plus you can see this is the Cobra pattern, plus this one's the King Cobra. The difference between the two is the King Cobra has another layer of the same pattern, but that's basically it. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make the King Cobra, but you can also use it to make the smaller one, which is the Cobra. But as you can see, I think the bigger one looks better. But there you go, that's the difference between both of them. So we're going to begin by putting the buckle and put one side here plus the other side here. There you go. Another thing we're going to need is some paracord, and this is the 7-strand 550 paracord. There are cheaper paracord up there, but I like this one. This one's 550 and it's pretty good quality. And of course the question always is, how much paracord do I need? Well, the general rule is for every inch of paracord, you're going to take a feet of paracord. So for this one, I have 9 3/4. So that's going to be, if we round it off to 10 inches, and we're going to need 1 foot of paracord for every inch. So I need about 10 feet of paracord, right? That's only if we're making the single Cobra. If we're making the double Cobra, the King Cobra, it's going to be twice of that. So you're going to need at least 20 feet. But just to be safe, I measured 22 feet for this one. So we're going to begin making the bracelet by folding the paracord in half. I folded both strands. Plus I found the halfway mark is right here. So we're going to now focus on one side of the buckles. So I'm going to be focusing on this one right here. So let's zoom in so you can have a better look. There you go. So what I'm going to be doing is getting the halfway mark, and I'm going to be pushing it through here. So I now have it through. So what I'm going to be doing is pushing the 2 strands in the middle and then pulling paracord through. As we can see, we now have our connection right here. But when we're making paracord, there's some extra space right there. So in order to make it look good, what I like to do is first separate the two cords so they don't end up all tangled up. And now I'm going to get the right side of the cord and first get it a little bit tight. And what I'm going to be doing is basically pushing this paracord through the middle right here, and I'm going to be pushing it through right here, the middle. Now I'm going to get the left side. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to push it through the middle. Hopefully it goes through. And then I'm going to be pushing it through here. Now get all the paracord all lined up so they look good, and get it tight as you can. So now I got it all tight, plus the paracord is nice and straight. So we're not going to be separating the left side and the right side because paracord tends to get all tangled up. So try to keep them separate. There you go. Now we're going to be using the right side of the paracord, and on here we're going to just push it through. Now we're going to be pushing it through once again. There you go. And we're now done with the right side. Just make sure this center strand is nice and tight. Now we're going to be focusing on the left side, and we're basically going to do the same. Just push it through. Make sure the center strand is nice and tight, plus get the end of the paracord and push it through one more time. So it helps if you move the paracord out of the way, push it through. Now make sure these two center strands are nice and tight, but we're now ready to begin making our paracord. So now we're ready to begin the Cobra pattern. Like I said earlier, keep these two strands separated because they get all tangled up. So the pattern is really easy. We're going to begin by taking the right side. The right side will go over the center strand, under the left side, and this left side will go through the hole right here. and we get this knot right here, basically. And then now we're going to do the left side. So if you missed that one and didn't get it, just start on the left. It's the same thing. So we're going to begin on the left side. We go over the center one, under the right side, and the right side goes through the hole. And basically we're doing the same pattern all over and get this nice and tight. So if you missed those first two, just watch again. So we're doing the same thing just with the first two, but now we're doing the right side again. So take the right side, goes over the center one, and it goes under this left side, and this left side, which is on top right here, goes through the hole right here, and then pull it through. So basically we have this knot, and we're going to just get it all tight, and that's it. Now as we're going and doing this knot, it is very easy to forget which one's next, the left side or the right. And the quick and easy way to tell which way it is to look at this loop right here that goes over the top. You see this loop on the left side, it means we continue using the left side. If this loop was on the right side, we would be using the right side. So let's check it out. Now because we have it on the left side, it means we continue with this left strand. So the left goes over the center, under the right side, and the right side goes through the hole. So it goes over, under, through the hole. You just pull it through and then get it nice and tight. But as you can see, what I was talking earlier is this loop is now on the right side. So our next one is on the right side. That's the quick and easy way to tell which side you need to do next. So we continue the same, goes over the center, under the left side, and the left side goes through the hole, and then just pull the cord through. And just continue the same pattern. And the Cobra pattern is really one of the most popular patterns out there because it's really easy to make and it looks pretty good, as we can see. As long as you make it not really hard, it will look all uniform and it will look pretty good. Now this is the Cobra pattern. As you can see, it's the single Cobra, not the King Cobra. So in order to make the King Cobra, all we have to do is continue the same pattern on top of this one, and we will get the King Cobra like one more. But there you go. That is the Cobra pattern that we just did. So in order to make the King Cobra is basically turning it around, and we're going to do the same pattern on top of this one. So we're going to begin again, over, under, through the hole. So basically the King Cobra is another Cobra on top. And then push it up, get it all tight. Now left side, over, under, through the hole. Now again, over, under, through the hole. Over, under, through the hole. And you can see we're developing the same pattern over the center one, but it's basically the same one. And just to make it look good, just get everything tight. But the reason why I'm showing you this is because I want to be making a rifle sling with the same pattern. And for a rifle sling, it's going to take a lot more paracord, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult because this is smaller, and even with this size, paracord tends to get all tangled up, and you have to go slow, keep the left side away from the right side, and so on. But it'll be fun to make a rifle sling. Now we're getting to the end, but it goes by pretty fast. Once you get used to the pattern, you can easily check, oh, there's the loop, so now it's the left side's turn. But as long as you make it's not really tight, you'll get a uniform pattern and it will look really good, which is why the Cobra is so popular. But looks like that's good enough. Now we can take it off and try it on. Now for this leftover cordage, we're going to be cutting it off. So we're going to be cutting it just a little bit, just like this. Now for the other side, and you don't want to cut it too close but not too far away either, because we're going to be melting it off. A lot of people use big lighters, but they burn your tips of your fingers. Why not use something like this? Once it's melted, just push it. Now for the other side. But there you go, that's how you make a paracord bracelet. Just nice and simple method. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until next time.